Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erin and I do mostly budgeting videos like the one you're about to see here. Much for tuning in and spending some time with me. This is something that I wanted to do at the beginning of the month, but time got away from me, so better late than never. We're only halfway through June, so I think that this can still be very helpful for some people who may be struggling with how to set up a budget, maybe a revamping of their current budget, or just like some kind of workbook that can help you get started if you're looking to do a better job at tracking or whatever the case may be. So I have designed I'm sorry, I'm getting out of myself. I have designed budget worksheets and kits for the entire year of 2022, and they are designed and compartmentalized month by month. So you're looking at June of 2022 here. And shame on me, I guess I don't know what I did with the one that I printed out, but I've been kind of like using other sheets taken from other printables that I did. These, just going to put it out there, these are all on my Etsy, but you are going to be able to download June of 2022 for free today for a very limited time and only for my subscribers. So I just want to put that out there that when I'm doing these, I definitely want you to comment down below and let me know that you are subscribed so I can check, because I think that's the only kind of feedback that I can actually get from doing a video like this and a giveaway like this. And I think that that is fair. I mean, I hope you guys do too. But what you're looking at is my current monthly budget. This is for June 2022. And also this is a Paycheck Budget worksheet that I used recently. But what I didn't do was set up my entire kit for the month of June. And that's something that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to back plan. So I'm going to do a little flip through for you guys so you can see everything that comes in a kit. Now don't pay attention to the shadowing that's happening on my particular paper. You can print this out any which way you like on whatever kind of paper you like. This happens to be a really soft paper. I don't know if it's ideal for double-sided printing, but you know, you can use whatever you have. But this is the cover, and this is the cover that you would be getting with it. It does take a little bit of ink, so if you're looking to print this out, just be prepared. Or you can actually print this out in black and white. It's totally up to you, grayscale, whatever you call it. That would totally be up to you. You can also skip pages. Just be careful if you want this to print out the way you see it here, where you can see a full monthly calendar side by side. Just make sure that you're choosing the right way to print it. So I just did double-sided. This is set up to print double-sided. So this will be your first page, and then you turn it, you get right into the monthly calendar. Now this is already dated, so you don't have to write dates in or anything like that. And there's plenty of space. Let me just do this one because this one's easier to see. There's plenty of space in all these blocks to track all kinds of things. So you could use this as a planner and a budget planner. There's a whole column here where you can write notes or your goals for the month or just important things that you want to track. And that column is also repeated, but horizontally on this page at the top. So as you can see, this is a Sunday through Saturday calendar. And for me, I love a monthly calendar. That is my first preference out of any planner, any system that I use, whether it's budget or regular planning or work planning. I love a good monthly calendar on 2 pages. I just think that seeing everything laid out in front of you is super helpful. And it also keeps you on track in your brain for, like, you know, the snapshot for the whole month. So I really like that. The next thing that you're going to get is this monthly budget worksheet. So as you can see, you have the ability to write in the date at the top or the month. And then also there is space for your income sources. And I did make sure that I left quite a few line spaces here for this because my husband and I both work. We both bring in income, different sources, and I like to have enough space to track all that because we get paid every other week. He gets paid twice a month. It's all over the place. I did leave quite a bit of space also for monthly bills, so you can write down every single bill you have. You can write down the amount, and then you can also use this checkoff column if you want to write paid, or you can write down a forecast amount you can just make a little note here, and then you can write an actual amount. So you can do that. You do have plenty of space in this margin to elongate this column if you wanted to white this out and make it a little bit longer. And then of course here is your bill description. Then you have your savings section here where you can list your sinking funds and amounts. I'm going to set this down and I'm just going to zoom in. So sinking funds and the amounts if you want to add to them, or if you're not adding this month and you just want to track where you're at with things, you can just write down the amounts of what you have currently. And then here, this is kind of like a recap of your total monthly expenses, and this includes your monthly bills, your variable expenses, which there is a whole section over here to write down your variables. So you can write this down, you know, if you grocery shop once a week, you can write down the entire 4 weeks here, gas money, you know, whatever your variables include, you can do like a 4-week synopsis here. And then you can write down your totals in bills, variables, your savings, sinking funds, and then there's some space for miscellaneous, or you could actually white that out and just make a total column there, or a total row. And then here, this is just like a recap receipt, and I've always listed this whether I have drawn my own budget layouts or, you know, design them this way. I always included a receipt. This would be your total income, your total bills, your total variables, your total sinking funds, and then what you have left. So I think that's a really good way to look at your budget, is just make sure that everything has been taken care of, and then you can see to the penny, what do I have left and what do I want to assign to that money so it has a purpose for me this month. Or maybe you just want to throw it into savings, or maybe you want to roll it over to the next month. You know, there's so many different ways to do that. But this particular budget kit, I think affords you a lot of different options to you know, personalize it and make it your own. So here we get into the paycheck budget, and you have, I think, 5 of these. I'm just going to go through, and this includes your income sources for the week. So you can use one of these every single week of the month, or you can use less. So if you don't have income coming in every single week, you definitely don't have to use all these, but they're here if you want them. You can also probably skip one of these pages if you don't want to print them all out. Just make sure you're skipping them in order so everything prints correctly. There's also some instructions on my Etsy if you want to downsize these and you want to print these out to fit a Happy Planner Classic. You can do that. Right now this fits the Happy Planner Big or your traditional 3-ring binder. So you have your income sources here. You have a date for your pay. These are your fixed expenses for the week, variable expenses for the week, savings for the week, and then your weekly receipt. So you do have 1, 2, 3, 4, let me zoom out a bit, and 5, just in case there's that additional Friday or additional payday during the month, which for me, July has 3 pay dates. I get paid every other week, but I think it's July and November or December that has 3 paychecks for me. So anyway, all right. And then sinking funds, you have a whole worksheet here where you can just track them. You can add to them. So maybe you're adding, I don't know, a couple times during the month, or maybe you're subtracting from them. And that's something that I just recently did. I took some money out and I closed out some of my funds and then I reorganized them. So this is somewhere where you can track all that and you can have that all on one sheet. So you can just turn to that and know exactly where you're at with your savings. And then here, this is kind of like a little bonus sheet, and this is a monthly goals section where you have a budget goal section, health, home, and work. So if you did want to use this as your planner as well, like I said, if you flip back to the month on 2 pages, you could definitely do so, and you can incorporate some other information into this in addition to your traditional budget information for the month. So that's something that you could absolutely do. And then on the back, you have an entire page that is lined, and let me see if you can see it a little bit better like that. So this is a lined notes page. And as you can see, there is a line for a date, or if you just want to write the month there, the month and the year. And then you can just write till your heart's content. You can use this as scratch paper if you're just trying to, like, you know, figure out your budget or figure out some expenses. If you just need a place where you can, you know, have some scribblings down and you want that to be part of your month, or if you want to forecast some things for the next month. you know what a notes page is for. You could just do whatever you like with this, whatever suits your needs. So I'm going to grab this back. And like I said, I'm going to show you how I used my monthly page, and I used it as a forecast sheet. However, you could also use this as a working document throughout the month. So I happen to know exactly how much we're going to be paid for the entire month of June, and I knew that by June 7th. So the only variable really in our income is my husband's commissions, and he gets paid a month behind. So as you can see, his commissions were quite low for this month, or this was actually for May. And some months his commissions are really much, much higher. So we have to take an entire 12 months at this point and kind of average things out because he has been at his job a full year now. This is his second career. And now we're going to be able to go back and look at all these sheets and look at the data and see, okay, well, let's just average out the whole year and see where we were at. The other things that I record are my paychecks, his base pays, his early retirement that's going to be at a fixed rate for life, and things like that. So I was able to fill this out as a forecast. But if you're somebody whose income is a little bit more variable, or maybe you work overtime or you don't work consistently the same amount of hours every single week, you can just use this, like I said, as a working document and fill it out as you go. So down here for our savings, so far I have added $300 to our escrow because we did separate that from our mortgage payment. But here's some extras that I wanted to list because I'm going to be adding some money there. And then total, what I had when I did this was $68.30, but I can white this out and I can make that change. So monthly bills, we average out to about $3,000. That includes our mortgage, insurances, the utilities, car payments, all that kinds of stuff. But I also want to be able to break that down and be very specific about it so I can forecast and kind of, round it out and say we pay about $3,000 out a month. But I also want to be very specific with it. So I can track this either before or after I pay all of June's bills. And I happen to have already paid all of June's bills because we do pay our bills a month in advance. So typically by June 1st or so, right around there, we have the entire month's bills paid. So I need to go back and I need to kind of back budget this and insert all those numbers. Down here, we have room for variable expenses. So basically what I did here is I listed what was going out and I closed out my sinking funds. So the property tax and then some money for my mom's flooring. And this did not cover it by any stretch, but it did help offset it. So we had been planning for that for quite some time as well. And then here I have a savings challenge where I had to add $217. And if you missed that video, you can catch that and you can go back and you can see my $2,382 savings challenge and how that works. So that is something if you're interested in, if you want to join me in that challenge, it's definitely not too late. We're only halfway through the year. And I think that June and July, the end of the fiscal, June 30th, July 1st, I think that's a really great time to reassess and look back at the previous 6 months and kind of assess whether you feel like your previous 6 months were successful, if you have met your goals or if you're just where you wanted to be. And if not, I think it's a great time to kind of refresh things and start over, which is why I wanted to give this to you guys now. So you can use June as maybe your trial month, and I'll be doing more giveaways for sure, but also all my budget kits are on my Etsy and there's a link to that below in case you're interested. And then of course at the bottom I do have a receipt, just like I showed you, a receipt for each one of the month's paycheck worksheets. So I have that down here. So basically I can I? No, I can't. I'm going to have to transfer this data because, like I said, I hadn't printed this out. This is a little bit different. I do have different kits, and this one, as you can see, let me show you what this kit actually looks like because it is different from the one that I'm giving you. Now the information and the tracking and the layout for all the worksheets is exactly the same, but the kits, I do have some different designs. So the kit that I was using was this one, and this is also on there. This is just a little bit of like a, I don't know, it's just I don't know if I want to call it more sophisticated, but you know, it's kind of got a different look to it. It's got, I'll show you back here. And the notes page, it's a little bit more decorated. I'm giving you the watercolor version, and I'll also show you, if I can just get the top sheets. I also have this version too. So there's quite a bit of variety on my Etsy, and if you are interested in more of a planner, I also have some pretty inexpensive printables for an entire year's planning. So if you're somebody who likes to use the Happy Planner, but you're just looking for something with a little bit of a different layout, I do have this. This is called my Home and Work Edit, and I have some different covers, as you can see. But let me go back here and I'll show you a typical week. So the way I did this, the way I designed this, excuse me, was for my lifestyle in mind. So I do work, you know, an 8 to 5, and I gave more preference or more importance to the end of the week. So as you can see, Saturday and Sunday have quite a bit of space because that's when I was able to get most of my weekly to-dos done. So that could be grocery shopping, cleaning, running errands, you know, making plans, doing fun things. If the dogs had an appointment, typically we would either schedule that for my husband's day off or on the weekend, you know, whatever. And then Thursday and Friday still have a lot of prominence, just a little bit less than Saturday and Sunday. And then Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday are all on one line. So that's how I best plan my week. And it just works really, really well for me. And up here, you have a little bit of space if you want to jot down 3 bullet point items. And then of course this is all pre-dated. So it's a very neutral color scheme, as you can see, which I wanted it to be that way too. That was intentional because I wanted you to be able to personalize it, or me to personalize it. So I like using stickers. I also printed out one of these to fit my Happy Planner Classic, and I'm loving that. Definitely enjoying that. But yeah, I wanted it to be, you know, personalized and functional for anybody to use. So as you can see here, it also has the month on 2 pages, just like the budget kits. So you could work the budget kits into this, or you could use this by itself. You know, whatever you wanted to do. There's so many options, but I have really, really been enjoying this. So I just wanted to put that out there, that these are available as well. And I'm also going to be coming out with some different designs, some different layouts. I'm looking for my small planner. There we go. This is one that I cut down to size for the Happy Planner Classic. Let me see if I can open it up to a page where I don't really have anything written, okay. So for July, you can see that this is more of a floral design, or it's a very heavily floral design. And it just has brighter colors, almost like the Lily Pulitzer, if you guys remember that, like that style with the pink and green. But I really enjoy this too. It's a little bit smaller, obviously. This is the classic size versus the Happy Planner big size. But I think that this also affords you enough space to record quite a bit of information every single week. So you have a week on 1 page, and then you have your month on 2 pages. So just like any other planner. But yeah, so I've been really loving that, and I need to start getting into this. And this requires much less decorating because it already has all these flowers, which I really love. But still, there's the same color scheme throughout the year for this one, but it's still, able to be personalized and decorated if I wanted to do that. So that is everything I wanted to share with you. So if you're interested in downloading the June kits, all you have to do is click on the link, and I will have to give you permission. I will have to give you access to that. And like I said, please make sure that you are a subscriber to my channel. that's the only way I want to do this and to track this. I want this to be a giveaway for the people who are constantly here and supporting me, supporting my videos, supporting my channel, and just leaving, you know, nice comments and feedback and interacting with me. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, I would love if you stuck around and did so. If you like budget channels that use real numbers and go over paycheck budgets and sinking funds and all that fun stuff, this may be something that you enjoy. And of course, thank you to those of you who check in almost every single video. I appreciate you so much. And of course, as always, I hope I see you guys in my next video. Take care.